Paysky. It's an infrastructure provider, allowing for payments and sending money. So receiving and sending money.
Thank you.
Thanks, Waleed.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Right, so my name is Waleed Sadek. I'm founder and CEO of Paysky. Hope all is well. I've personally been in the payment space for over 20 years. I used to lead innovations at Visa for the Middle East and North Africa, and then moved to London to manage strategy for Visa. For the CEMEA region, that's 90 markets in the Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa. And from there I kind of identified some gaps in the financial services ecosystem related to payments and remittances that we're trying to fix with Paysky. So in essence, in order to tackle the current challenges of adoption of digital payments in the region, we have kind of identified the biggest possible reason is the ability of banks and financial institutions to come up with digital products. So we took care of this on their behalf. We built a suite of digitalization solutions on top of the existing legacy payments infrastructure that would render the banks and other financial institutions capable of offering world-class disruptive payments offering. So our proposition on basically is twofold. On one end, we build a complete acceptance payments infrastructure capabilities, specifically focused on digital channels, which we call a super payment gateway. It has everything to do in payment acceptance, from digital merchant onboarding, transaction routing, payment orchestration, merchant accounting, merchant settlement, fraud risk management, and even tokenization, all built in one single platform. This solution does not only empower banks. As we stand now, we power complete countries with these platforms. We are the national payment gateway, or we have built the national payment gateways, rather, for 10 markets in Africa, for the central banks of 10 markets, where we completely process the infrastructure payment transactions for local cards, local wallets, and in some cases international cards as well. On the other hand, in order to kind of boost their front-end capabilities and onboarding capabilities for consumers and merchants, we've built what we refer to as a super app. We have a super app for consumers and a super app for merchants. And the idea of a super app is basically we're consolidating digital services in one single ecosystem. So instead of just using a wallet or a mobile banking app that only gets used when you're doing payments, we actually take it further backwards and further multiple steps. So whenever there is a desire to purchase a product or a service, we offer that on our platform. We get to better profile our customers, and of course better monetize as well compared to any unit proposition in the market for any bank or fintech. As we speak now, we white label this super app to leading telecom operators around Africa, Middle East, top tier 10 banks in the Middle East, and the list is growing. One thing, the other super app is the merchant super app. So basically that complements and creates the whole ecosystem. By having a digital capability on the merchant side as well, we don't really need legacy point of sale devices with all the costs associated. We can simply use an app that can present a QR code or send a payment link, or even use the NFC within the phone to accept payments. In addition to venture into new, to completely untapped markets like B2B payments that is totally overlooked now by the current players, presenting products in a B2B marketplace, as well as collecting payments and enabling finance on top of these payments as well, using the receivables of these merchants to repay the suppliers. The ecosystem effect again. One thing we're launching this Seamless is actually a very new and disruptive proposition, which is pay by bank. So we're now enabling seamless capability of consumers to pay using their bank account on any merchant in the market, whether enabled or by the solution or not. We take care of all the plumbing and infrastructure required in order to allow the bank payment acceptance on any offline POS QR merchants or online e-commerce merchants as well. This capability will offer a very low-cost option for the clients in the region, enabling true financial inclusion to the merchants who are very sensitive to the merchant discount rates and merchant commission and fees. And at the same time, it is by default a real-time payment solution, so no delays in settlements, and all the disputes around the delayed settlements are eliminated as well. And since it's a push payment flow, it is also much more secure and stable. Out of the 23 common dispute use cases, we eliminate 18. So that really becomes a much better and viable use case to offer to merchants and financial institutions. Happy to show you more about Pay by Bank capabilities at our booth in Hall 7. But we believe this could change the face of payments in the region and beyond. Last thing I mentioned is we've taken our super app, because it was, again, very kind of futuristic for some banks to even digest. So started another subsidiary for the group called Yalla, and we launched our super app in Egypt just to prove the concept. In the first 9 months from launch, we opened 1 million accounts, which is compared to the largest private sector bank in Egypt, it took them 40 years to open 2 million accounts. We opened our first 1 million account in 9 months. We're almost at their 1.5 million accounts now, making us the second largest private sector banking offering in Egypt. We're taking Yalla to other markets now, like Pakistan and then Saudi Arabia. That was briefly the story of Paysky. Of course, there were a lot of sweat and blood on the way, but that's what we do now. Very open to collaboration with your good selves and esteemed organizations, whether on white labeling our capabilities or enabling your payment methods or our payment gateways that we already provide and lend to the central banks we're working with in 10 countries and counting. Thank you very much, and happy to take your questions.
Used at the time of a payment, right? Working backward to actually selling products on your platform. Do you have an e-commerce or a digital commerce angle that you're playing here?
Yeah, good point. So, of course, we cannot be a master of all trades, so we just enable others to become part of our ecosystem. So we have the tech to create the marketplace, but then we do not operate the actual market e-commerce logistics. So we allow them to come. We link they can link their marketplaces with ours through plugins and APIs. They can put all the products in our marketplace, and then we can show that to our customers.
Hi. Aziz from Telegram Limited. Basically, you mentioned the merchants onboarded on your platform. So the settlements are to be done with them individually, or do you even provide a platform where centrally the settlements can be handled?
Excellent. So we have a very comprehensive settlement engine. So we can allow direct merchant settlement from our platform directly to the merchant account. But the platform can take care of the payouts itself. We can pay out to bank accounts, wallets, or cards. Or we can lend this capability to a middle aggregator. So our platform can onboard aggregators. So the aggregators will get the settlement in their accounts, run all their fees and the merchant buy rates and sell rates, and then repay the merchants, again using all the multi-channel of payouts that support.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you.